Hello, my name's Alex, and recently my friend Tom and I went to Ludlow, which is a small town in Shropshire in the West Midlands. It's a really beautiful, quaint little town with lots of character and charm. So I thought I would put some video clips and photographs together and make a short film just to show you guys what Ludlow is about, really. So here is a sandwich shop, and that hog roast is amazing. That is arguably the best part of Ludlow. This hog roast is really great. I would recommend it if you ever get over to Ludlow. And the sausages look really great too, but by the end of the day, the hog roast and the sausages were all gone. In fact, by about 2 o'clock, I think. Anyway, so you can see the buildings in Ludlow are sort of Tudor inspired, and they are half the building is made of timber, and the other half is just similar to the buildings we have nowadays. I expect it might be stone, actually, as most of them are built between the sort of 11th and 14th century, I believe. You can see there's lots of local butchers with some really interesting meats, like you can see here venison, pigeon, wild rabbits, oxtail. This is really cool. There's lots of local breweries and locally brewed ales and real beers that really add to the character of the town, I think. This is the church, which is really beautiful. This was built in the late 11th century, so it's one of the oldest buildings in the town, along with the castle. The castle was also built at the same sort of period. And yeah, the church is really fantastic. You can see the glass stained windows here are really, really beautiful. You can see Tom is in awe, I think, at the building. But yeah, it's free as well to enter, so you can they do ask you for a donation, but you are able to just walk around for free and just sort of have a look. Although you can go up to the tower, which I think might cost money, but then apparently you get a really great view of Ludlow if you do go up to the tower. But I definitely recommend going into the church because it's great to walk around. You can see here. Yeah, this is a great painting of Jesus Christ himself. And these characters were really interesting. I'm not entirely sure. I didn't read anything about them. So here we're outside a pub, which is called Ye Olde Bullring Tavern. It's a really nice little pub. I think this pub was built in around the late 14th century, or is in the 14th century, I think. It's like a classic traditional English pub. And here, these are just some more shots of the town itself, some of the cool Tudor inspired buildings. This is one of the streets in Ludlow. You can see the town hall there in the distance, I think. This street's really quite nice. It's on a hill. You can see what I think are the Shropshire Hills in the distance. And yeah, it's just quite a nice little street. There's a mixture of newer buildings and then the Tudor inspired ones. And there's a really interesting townhouse which is yellow. I think you'll see it in a little bit. I think I've got a photograph of it in a little bit. But you can see the buildings, they're sort of half made of timber or wood, and that's black. It's painted black. And then the houses are a lot of them are white, which is probably stone, I believe. This alleyway is really interesting. It looks like Barcelona or Europe somewhere. That's the yellow building I was talking about before. I think it's really original, and it stands out quite a lot on this street. So here we're outside the castle. You can see the cannon. So yeah, the castle was built in the late 11th century, and again, you can walk around that for a small fee. I think it's £7 to walk around. This is just a shot of Ludlow town, and here you may be able to see Shropshire Hills in the distance. This building's really interesting, the Feathers Hotel, It's really cool building, looks like something out of some fairy tale land. And this is the remnants of the hog roast and the sausages. A nice quote about Ludlow there, probably the loveliest town in England, and no more hog roast or sausages. More of the Shropshire Hills, and this is our way home. So thanks for watching this video. I hope I've given you a little bit of information about Ludlow and let you see a little bit more than maybe you had before. Okay, cheers.